Imagine it, feel it, believe it. That was Neville Goddard's formula. And boy, does it work. I created a meditation to guide you through those 3 steps to imagine, feel, and believe anything you want to draw into your life. Check it out at hightimelinebooks.com, and don't forget you can get all 3 of the prosperity meditations in a bundle, 3 for the price of 2. hightimelinebooks.com. Welcome in to a new week. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. Monday, October 28th. Yeah, birthday here in a couple of days. It'll be on October 30th. I was born 3.5 hours before Halloween. And, of course, being born into the family that I was born into, had I been born, well, it was Halloween, UTC time. But I'm glad nobody was looking at that clock. I probably would have been in trouble. But I could only imagine if my mother knew that her firstborn child was born with 666 in Scorpio, almost on the just shadow of Halloween. Well, I could imagine her reaction. Before we go any further, let's check in with Kristin for lucky stars for this week. And I'm curious because I've got a vested interest.
Hi, Thomas and Fun Astrology Podcast listeners. Happy Monday. Today is a lucky day. There is a planet in the late degrees of all of the earth and water signs, meaning that it is a grand sextile. But it does include the moon, so it is short-lived. So definitely use today to its fullest, because by the middle of the week, that energy does drop off. But we are looking at a lucky day on Friday as well with the new moon. To learn more about lucky days, join the Lucky Stars Club. Thomas and I can't wait to see you there. I hope you all have a great week.
Thank you so much, Kristin. And if you are part of our Lucky Stars group, you should have received your email for the November video. So be sure to check your spam box if that didn't come through for you. But we do have that lucky day today. And if you'd like to see something really pretty cool, check this out. And it's also on the YouTube video for this week, the weekly overview video. So if you'd like to just go there, you can see it there. But if you have astrology software that puts the aspects in the middle of the wheel, all you need are the Ptolemaic aspects. So that would be squares and oppositions, trines and sextiles. That's all you need. Put that up there. Go set the chart to yesterday, either Sunday or today, Monday. It is amazing what the symmetry in the middle of that chart looks like. This is the splay pattern on display. Splay on display. Every single planet is connected to something else. You remember back in the spring, we had every planet within about 90 degrees. And that comes and goes. That was not a phenomenon. It happens often. But it sure is concentrated energy. Now everything is spread out around the wheel, and it looks like this incredible sacred geometric configuration in the sky. And we can take advantage of that energetically, too, because there are a lot of positive aspects in this chart. The first one to kick off the week is with Mars. The planet of aggression is in a favorable trine, 120-degree configuration with Neptune. That's the doorbell of the home office. It's also lies and deceptions, but this is a positive aspect. So it is going to be a great week, all week, to connect to your intuition. That's the first one that gets us started. 8:30 this morning Eastern on that one. And then about an hour later, an aspect that Ray Merriman mentioned on Saturday, Venus, the money planet, that's what got Ray's attention, is in a square with Saturn. If you didn't hear Saturday's episode and you're interested in some stock market stuff, financial stuff, you might listen to that because they trade this aspect. And basically what they're doing is using it as a bottom. So he said they buy from the dip that is created ahead of this Venus square Saturn. So you could back into this a different way. What are the Venus characteristics? Well, we know it's love and relationships and money. Well, those are the big 3 probably. Harmony, balance, beauty, the creative arts, justice. You could take a look at all of those Venusian areas of your life and see if there is some kind of a dip that you've been going through. Maybe a relationship has been a little rocky. Well, maybe it's going to bottom out because Merriman would be buying it right now. I mean, Ray's been doing this for 50 years and he follows cycles. That's the primary thing. So if this is a tried and true something that when it comes along, they jump on it, and you're looking for a lift in some area that relates to Venus, then you could set some intentions in the direction of that area and use this very significant aspect as a pivot point. When does it happen again? 9:34 this morning, Eastern Time. Now, for the rest of the week, we're going to follow the moon around. It moves into Libra early tomorrow morning, 12:30 Eastern Time. That's 12:30 a.m., just after midnight. Scorpio on Thursday, that sets up Friday's Scorpio new moon. So we have some big creative energy. Kristin mentioned that. So that's how we wrap up the weekdays of this week, is with a wonderful new moon, and we'll talk about that, of course. Elisa is going to join us on Friday to set up the weekend, which is also stacked and loaded. And one of the biggest aspects of the week, and the one that we're also going to be under all week, happens Sunday night, and that is Mars is opposite Pluto. We talked about this last week. It's going to be getting stronger every day. It's just one to observe. I put in the weekly video that I was going to be spending some time every day praying for peace. We did this on Level Up last night. I'd love it if you would consider joining me on that this entire week. We could talk about the challenges of this aspect, and they are significant. But what's the high timeline side of Mars being across from Pluto? I have some distinct thoughts, and let's talk about those starting off tomorrow. It would be a great day for it. So I'll pick up from here then. Hope you have a great day. Don't fear the aspect. We'll talk about it tomorrow, how you can use it to your advantage. There's a lot of depth to it. We'll talk about that tomorrow and put it together with Scorpio. Love ya. Have a great Monday. Thanks for listening.